Hey everyone, today I'll be doing some Skewb Example Solves. This was suggested by TomTheCuber, or suggested advanced tips to see how I could do that, as I don't practice Skewb as much as I should, or as much as I used to practice Skewb. So let's just get in straight away with the first scramble. I'll be using the Aoyan and the Cosmic Wingy for this. Okay, so here's the second scramble. Immediately I see green. Green isn't the best, however, as the green layer isn't as fingertip friendly, as well as having to flip this corner which is in its correct spot. So one option would be for white. It's by doing 3 moves into one flipped corner, or 4 moves, sorry. And then I do this and then just rotate this corner by doing this. Then I basically get this case. This is a 2-sledge case. How you recognize this is by having 2 solve centers, 2 opposite centers, opposite to the corners, and your U center, as well as this configuration on top. And you hold it here and you do this. You could also execute it just by doing sledge, rotate, sledge. If I would have done the green layer, I'd probably do something along the lines of this. And insert it. And I get this case. Basically this case goes like this. Recognize it by having a pi on top and a H-perm, and I do this out for it. Like that. I'll show the layer again if it wasn't too clear on the first time. Basically, you cancel in with an R2 as it's more fingertip friendly into flipping this edge, which also, corner, which also sets up this one, like so. And then it has a corner like that. So solve 3, immediately I see blue, and it has 2 pieces solved with 1 move to solve another piece. I also see yellow, which is 1 move to solve the block or 2. I'd probably do blue by solving this piece in first, and I know this piece would end up here, and that center in the back will be solved, as all my other moves won't affect it after I solve into this corner. So I do a U to put this into place, this corner as well as this edge, and then insert this corner like this. So then I see this case. How you recognize this is by having I, as well as these two needing to swap and a solve center. What you do is you hold your U center in the back, you do a sledge, and you're left with a 2-sledge case. In this case it would be a sledge and a hedge. So you have the 2 opposite centers in the back. Like so. The other potential layer here was orange. Basically I could insert this piece, then insert this piece while flipping this by doing this. And that leaves me with this case, which is basically a 2 hedge case, as you have the 2 opposite centers. So moving on to the next scramble. I see a few blocks, for example, yellow, blue, and red. In terms of finger tricks, I'd say blue is decent, and it also, after my first move, I'll get a white center solved. Red center solved. So I solve blue by doing this, inserting this one and that one, and flipping this one without affecting the red center. Then I have this case. This is a pretty easy NS out. Basically, you have your 2 centers solved, as well as your peanut configuration on top, and this edge has to be in place. And what you do is you look at the top and see where its opposite color is. For example, this one is here. You move it down, the corner you just kicked out, you flip round, then you flip this corner in a different way by doing this. Like so. Alternatively, there's a 4 mover on red. So I could insert this piece, followed by this one. Followed by flipping this, so I have a 2 mover after. Like so. This leaves me with this case, and this is a pretty easy NS algorithm. I believe it's 8 moves or so. How you recognize it is it's a U-perm like this, and these 2 are solved with a peanut configuration on top. And what you do to solve this is you look at the corner, you flip your corner, like so. You rotate, and then you have a hedge or a sledge depending on what you did. So this is the next scramble. Immediately I see this and this, they both stand out, as well as this mini red bar. So what I'd end up doing is a green layer, which I'd kick out this, which would set up this piece in the back, and as you do that U prime, it sets up this piece as well, like so. Then I have this case. This is a very similar NS case to last time. However, this time the blue is joined with the center. And how you would do this is by doing so. I'll just show you the algorithm. So basically take out this corner like so. Like that. So next scramble, immediately I see this for red and this for orange. So red is not the best, but it goes like this basically. Insert in this corner, then insert in this, and finally that will set up the last corner by doing this. And that leaves me with this case, which is basically a sledge and a hedge, as I have these two opposite. Like so. So next scramble. Immediately I see green, which is pretty good. So I have my corner pieces there and there. What I could do is do this. So insert this one first. Then insert my last one. So it's a free move layer. Then I'm left with this case. I think I used to know the NS for this, but I don't know it now. So what I would have done here is just done four sledges or hedges. So hedge, hedge, into U-perm. Like so. So here's the next scramble. Immediately I see this. This is for green. Green is actually not too bad. I can start off by inserting this corner and flip this corner with just our new moves by doing this. So instead of inserting, I'd cancel into flipping this, as my first move is this for flipping the corner. So like this. And then I have this, I'm left with this case. So again, there's an NS for this, don't happen to know that. So it's just sledge into U-perm. So it's the next scramble. I have this block of red. White, I have this bar here, and yellow I have a bar as well as green. But I'll probably stick with white by inserting this one incorrectly, then doing this. Then insert this one, rotate, insert that one. That wasn't the best, but I really couldn't have done anything better. Then I'm left with this case. Basically, when you have your 2 centers solved, what you could do here is do a hedge to get to this H-perm skip. So for example, in this case, it'd be this. And again, I have this, so I'd want to solve how I'd do normally from this angle, my peanut case. So I would do this and that, which is basically edge sledge. However, I want to cancel into the H-perm skip. Like so. So the next scrambles. Immediately I see green, yellow, blue and orange. Green is probably the easiest. It's a free move layer by inserting this one and then that one. Instead of doing this, it's not really finger trick friendly. So I'd start off with an R2 so I have no regrips. Like so. Then I'm left with this case. This is basically I plus Z-perm. What you do for this is you hold it with your 2 things in front. These two have to, you want these 2 to swap and these 2 to swap. Hold it like this, and this in this case goes like this. I'll leave an out for it in the description below. So here's my next scramble. Immediately I see blue, and this is another free move layer for blue. What I could do like this, insert this corner, then followed by this corner. And I know my green center will be there, so I'll be looking around to see where my other centers will move. Then I realize I have this case. Now, if I do a sledge here, I'll get a Z-perm. How I recognize this case is by having these 2 being opposite to this one, and I solve centers, and I do this algorithm for it. I'll leave a link to all these algorithms in the description below. Thank you all for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed. Leave any suggestions for future video ideas in the description below. I shall get back to you. I hope this helps some of you, and I'll see you all in my next video.